me close. Safe and sound. Drowning in an endless sea. Take some time and stay with me. Be in the strength of your arms. Keep me safe, safe and sound. Yes, we are. Hold me down. Keep me safe.
Not me.
Safe and sound.
What is up? What's going on, people? Welcome back to another episode of the O.O.C. Roberto ain't here. Not sure if he's gonna come in. He had some family stuff he had to go take care of, but if he gets back in time, I'm pretty sure he'll pop in. What up, Drop Shop? Thank you for popping in. Much appreciated. JG, talk to the people, brother.
Yo, salute chat, salute Nzo. How you doing? How you doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good. David Quintana, what's up, brother? Thank you for popping in too as well. Shout out to where they can find you, JG.
Oh, you know what? My mind been everywhere today. Yo, you find me Wednesday nights on the O.O.C. with the great Nzo, the great Roberto, and the amazing, the outstanding, the stupendous, the man with the plan, Mr. You can hate me now, but I won't stop now because I can't stop now. Danny, aka Comic Chat.
He's
Also
not
find me
here.
with my homie, Super Wise, brother from the mother. Check him out.
He's not here, JG.
Hey, the checks keep clearing, man. I gotta keep, pimping it.
Also got Low Key in the house. What's up, brother?
What's going on? What's going on? Appreciate the invite. Shout out to
Always
everybody
okay.
out there going to see Rebel Moon in December.
Oh my God.
You damn
I
skip
swear-
him. You're right there, front row.
I
Let's
swear.
go.
I went on his stream last night and I had to say some crap. So I know he's coming in here to say some crap about this Rebel Moon garbage. You know what? I'm gonna say the same thing he said about Star Wars. Fuck Rebel Moon. That's exactly it. Fuck Rebel Moon. How you doing, though, brother? Let the people know where they can find you, sir.
Already know, find me at the Low Key Cave. Movie reviews. We got a couple things coming up this week as far as some movie verses and of course Saw Sundays.
Absolutely. And I think we got a couple of topics here, at least one of them that I know you'll sink your teeth in too, right? But we'll get into that. We got the Jacksonville shooter stuff, and we're gonna really break that shit down because, again, some other bullshit, right? Going on with
Yes.
that shit. Yeah, so other than that, man, hope everybody in the chat is doing well. Like I said, I don't know if Roberto will be coming in today. Hopefully he will come in when he gets home. But if he don't, we're gonna do what we do. Show must go on. Zachary, what's up, brother? Thank you for popping in. Much appreciated. So I'll start off by asking you guys heard about the Jacksonville shooter, right?
Unfortunately.
All right. So what are your thoughts on the situation while I bring up the article? Go ahead.
Oh yeah. You know what, man? It really makes you cry because, like I've always said, every time we talk about stuff like this, what did we do to be so hated? Right? You know what I mean? And what really makes me upset when it's any other group that this stuff happens to, it's always it's a racial thing. But when it happens to black and brown people, it's always got to be some extra stuff that goes on. It can't be it's some other stuff that goes on.
Oh, we're gonna get into that because I see a lot of people with the Twitter post, and I guess someone made a comment, maybe like a politician or something, and it's like, oh, you never say anything when it's black on black crime, and I'm like, why is it that anytime something like this happens, people want to bring up black on black crime? You know what I mean? Like it has nothing to do with what's going on here. Not to mention, when there is, let's say, because there was another post with they showed this black man and killed like 3 white people, and they're like, oh, nobody talks about this. But I'm like, did he kill them because they were white? You know what I mean? Like, we don't know that, but yet we know that this guy was a straight up racist and was planning on killing black people. Low key, what are your thoughts?
Man, this is a crazy situation and something that I did not want to hear about. Not only the fact that it's targeting black people, but just the overall gun violence that has been going on lately.
Hey, we talked about that many times. I
Mm-hmm.
know about you Americans and your gun laws, and I say it. You guys need stricter laws, man. Like people always say when we say that, oh, you're taking away your guns. We're not telling you to get rid of your guns. We're saying is not everybody should be able to carry one. That's the problem. You know what I mean? Too easy to get firearms in America, man,
And in Florida, it's
Mm-hmm.
definitely very easy. Not only that, the fact that they can carry them the way they be able to carry them out there.
without a
Yeah.
permit, right?
Then add on
Yep,
stand your ground laws
Yeah.
too. So
Hmm.
yep.
you know,
Exactly. And you know what's funny, right? Because you see how in America, right, where let's say someone breaks into your house and you
hmm
shoot him, we can't do that here in Canada. We can't do that here in Canada. We could get charged just as much for doing that. So if someone breaks into our house and we shoot them, kill them, we could possibly get charged for murder.
It sounds like
It's
New York.
crazy.
I
It's
know, right?
crazy.
That
It's
is
crazy.
insane.
David Quintana said, the people who usually bring up black on black crime, I usually don't hear many solutions. They're just repeating to dismiss it. 100%. Um, and it's crazy because we always talk about, they they don't care. Like they kill us. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
whenever they do that, it's like people try to deflect and bring up other situations. So let's get into this article real quick. It says Jacksonville gunman who shot three dead left racist messages. That's what the police say. So a man who shot dead three people in a racially motivated attack in Florida wrote of his hatred of black people, police say. 21-year-old Ryan Christopher Palmater fired 11 rounds at one woman sitting in her car in Jacksonville before entering a shop and shooting another two people. Sheriff T. Waters said he then turned the gun on himself, of course, right? They
Coward.
can't, yeah, exactly. They
Yep.
can't
Coward.
stand
Yep.
up to what they're doing, right? So they end up killing themselves, right? But hey, I'm gonna take a bunch of Negroes with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, come
Mm-hmm.
on, bro. Like,
I
you
just
would
hope they can
definitely
meet up
find
with him in the afterlife before
100%,
Right.
for
Right.
real.
100. Well, now if we believe, in the scripture and everything, he's going to hell. These other people go to heaven, so maybe they won't meet up. But hopefully, in hell, he's tormented by the souls of the people he killed. You know what I mean?
Well, there's gonna be a
But
lot of that going on.
And then he tried to go to like was it some HBCU at first?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
We'll see what the article says if it tells us a little bit more. Mayor Donna Diggins said the attack was driven by racist hate. At the news conference on Sunday, Sheriff Waters confirmed the gunman had no previous criminal history and had lived with his parents in Clay County. The three victims were identified Alot Laguerre Jr., 19, Gerald Deshawn Gallen, 29, and 52-year-old Angela Carr. Mr. Laguerre worked at the Dollar General store where the attack happened, the company said. The gunman had written messages detailing his hatred of black people. Finally put, this shooting was racially motivated and he hated black people, Sheriff Waters said. He knew what he was doing. He was 100% lucid, he added. He knew what he was doing. And again, it's disappointing that anyone would go to these lengths to hurt somebody else. Mr. Waters said the gunman had been detained for 72 hours in 2017 under the Baker Act, mental health legislation that allows the involuntary detainment of an individual for treatment. So let's break that down. In 2017, he was basically institutionalized, but yet was still able to get his
Mm-hmm.
hands on a gun.
Yep.
That's the problem, right? And we say it all the time. That's the problem with the gun laws in America, that this guy who is deemed mentally unstable was able to get his hands on a gun. Your thoughts?
America, gun laws, like you just said, but most than anything, it's the mental aspect. It never was in the right mind to ever be able to carry a firearm. So I don't want to give him no excuses either. I get tired of that too sometimes as far as the whole mental aspect, which I do get, but still, if somebody can think this out the way he thought this out, you ain't that crazy.
Facts. And you
You
see,
ain't that crazy.
and you know what's funny about that too, Loki, that you said that? Because it's a fact that whenever it's something like this where a white person does something to black people or whatever, they always try to bring up mental health,
Mental.
right? Oh,
Yep.
he wasn't stable, he wasn't this. But whenever a black man is murdered, like let's say George Floyd, what do? They try to kill it, criminalize him, right? The first thing that came out was, oh, George Floyd did this to his baby mom 5 years ago, and he's a bad guy. Like that fucking explains why he should have died that day. So it's a situation as to where we can't get a break, basically, right? You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Someone runs around with an AK-47, whatever kind of gun he has, kills a bunch of black people, and they always talk about his mental health. Oh, he was a good kid. He just had mental health problems. Shit,
Exactly.
they even took one motherfucker to Burger King.
Yeah, Dylan Roof, took him to Burger King, get a Whopper.
You know what I'm saying?
Make sure he was
We
fully
can't even make it to the car to
arresting
get
him.
handcuffed.
Make sure it kind of comfortable. That's true.
But you know what's even worse though?
Mm-hmm.
When we are killed, I'm talking about black and brown people, they always got to go find the worst things we did in our life, right? Look at Trayvon
Yeah.
Martin. Look at the pictures they
100%.
posted up. He dreads, hoodie,
Mhm.
and all that stuff. You know, look, George Floyd. Oh, he was counterfeit money. He was on drugs. There's always some extra stuff. But with this coward, you know, he was mentally unstable. He was going through things. You know what? It's probably better he killed himself because he would have made it like a week in prison. He would have made it.
100%.
That's why I
Y'all
said he
think,
took the coward way up. He didn't
Yo,
want to face those repercussions.
100%. Zachary said, do y'all think the racism has gotten worse? You know what? I'm not gonna say it's gotten worse. It's not gotten better. I just think it's coming more to light now than it did back in the day, right? I found, and I don't care what people say, but I found once Trump got elected, I think a lot of racists felt comfortable coming out. And that's what happened. Go ahead.
I think it's better hidden. That's what I think.
You think is I don't think it's better hidden. I would rather know who's there than to, a snake hiding in the grass, right? I would rather know, okay, this motherfucker's racist, this motherfucker's not. I think I would rather know than not know.
See,
Because you
that's the
never
point,
know
though.
who's going to stab you in the back. Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, it's all. I don't want to say scrolls and shit like that, comparing this to fiction or anything, but I'm just saying the whole thing with the infiltration, being able to know what type of individual you is. Like, for instance, the KKK, you got a lot of people that represent that, but go into these government officials or whatever and take these leadership roles and be able to make these certain decisions when it comes to the government or whatever, knowing that they never like black people in their life.
You're right, and that's the thing though. There's a lot of racists in politics, 100%. Like you can't even deny that to me, right? They'll go in there and they'll pretend and they'll say all the right things. You know what I mean? We need to support black colleges and we need to do this, but behind the scenes, they're taking money away from black colleges. You know what I mean? They're taking away from stuff that will help educate black people, especially in America, right? And I mean, Canada has its issues too, right? But America, I find, is one of the most racially divided countries in the world, to be honest with you. You know what I mean?
Oh, Tyrone. I want everybody to be the same way.
Facts. 100%.
And you had a brother doing that.
Well, it's kind of difficult to equate Jim Crow Southern stuff that happened to today. Right, that stuff is so outward. It's just it's hard to compare these two. Like now, I think racism is more covert now, right? Where even when Trump got elected, it was starting to come out, but it was still contained to a certain degree.
Absolutely.
Until you heard the whole thing with the Capitol and them rioting. That's another prime example right there.
Yeah.
And
We
now
wouldn't even made it to the steps if it was us,
this
you
is
know.
this is what I'm saying, because if you
What?
remember,
Would have been
right?
like a zombie apocalypse. You know what
When
I'm saying? It would have taken us out, man.
when they had the Black Lives Matters protest,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess there was rumors that they were going to storm the Capitol, they had dudes with guns lined up
Mm-hmm.
on the steps to make sure that none of that happened. When they did that shit for Trump, where were the cops with the guns? You know what I mean? He incited that riot 100%. There's nobody can tell me he may not have said to go out there and riot and do this, but he rallied the troops and said, storm the castle pretty much.
Damn, we got so many black people out here free chump.
Facts, 100%. Hey Nadia, how you doing?
And he'll salute.
What's
Yeah.
going on
And
today?
and what's funny is there was a dude who tattooed Trump's mugshot to his body. Did you see that?
I saw that.
You talking about
Yeah.
Bandman Kevo? I know this who you gotta be talking about.
Yeah, I think it's him. I'm just like, what is wrong with these people, man? Now, I guess it's the mugshot because he's happy that Trump, but why would you even consider tattooing this man's face on your body? Mm-mm,
I was gonna
not
say this
happening.
for Beats and Mics, but I'm telling you, that will be an album cover very soon. That will be an album cover. That's not a bad shirt though. As far as his mug side, I ain't gonna front, man. Hey,
The stranger said, "Wow, the first time ever the U.S. has been put on an A adversary list and is labeled as hostile against LGBTQ community. This is not good." Well, we're gonna get into that too because there's a topic that Roberto brought to my attention. I'm like, this is interesting. But Nadia, what are your thoughts on the Jacksonville shooter?
I just found out about it yesterday.
Hmm.
Man,
And
the amount of shootings that's been happening, period. Like, just look up how many mass shootings or how many
hmm
shootings have happened in America, period.
hmm hmm you guys are over 300, that's for sure.
hmm And it's only 365 days a year.
Mm-hmm.
Facts. And it's funny too, right? Because we said a lot of this has to do with America's gun laws as well. And then we found out that this guy in 2017 was pretty much involuntary detained, and he was treated for, you know, whatever. But
Like a
he's
mental
mentally,
illness.
yeah, like he's mentally unstable, but yet he's able to get his hands on a gun. That's an
You gotta
issue.
you gotta be to be that racist, you have to be mentally unstable.
I agree. I
Yeah, I
agree.
agree.
100%.
Because because honestly, like, why the fuck do you care about somebody else just existing? The fuck
Hmm.
why? How are they harming you? What are they doing to you directly? Nothing.
You know why?
Period.
Well,
Because races are a group of people that has to have somebody on their knees to feel tall.
Yep.
and they also feel that they're losing the white race. You know what I mean? It's
Mm-hmm.
like we're losing the white race. No, we gotta
There's no
make
such
things.
thing a race, period. They the ones that made this shit up and then they get mad because we bring it up all the time. And it's like, but you made it up.
Mm-hmm.
You made
One
up race. Race is made up. We're all humans, period.
fact,
If
fact,
if we were so different, if we were such different species, then we would not be able to procreate with each other. Period.
fact.
True.
Or people that do procreate with other people of different races would come out sterile, like what is it, mules?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Or deformities or whatever you want to say it. Right? We all bleed red. You know what I mean? We all eat, sleep, we wake up, we die. So we are all the same. You're 100% percent. We are humans, and I've always said to hate somebody because of the color of their skin is just stupid, right?
It's mental
I
illness.
go 100%. I go on personality and how you are. You know what I mean? You good person. I don't give a fuck if you're white, black, Chinese, whatever, whatever. It's all about your character. But this guy sent a note to the cops telling like how he hated black people. I don't think he ever said why he hates them. He just hates them. I mean, I can figure out a reason why. You know what I mean? Like, let's be real. We know
Some
why they
black dude came and smashed his girl. That's what happened.
one
And he
hundred
got
percent.
pissed off at the world.
100%. 100%. Once you go black, you never go back. And his girl went black and he tried to get her back and she was like, nope. And he was like, I hate black people. And that's exactly what happened. I'm telling you. Because, or it's embedded in him, right? Because I
Yep.
always say that racism
Yeah.
is embedded, right? You're not born with racism. You're not born hating
You
people
have to be
because of
taught
the
it.
color of the skin. 100%. You have
Like,
to be
have you
taught.
seen a picture of his parents? They look
I
crazy
have
too.
not.
They look
Do they?
crazy too. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can find it. Send it to you.
Yeah, I haven't seen them either.
So let's see what
Yeah,
else
he
it
was definitely
says.
taught that shit. I mean,
Yeah,
y'all
100%.
seen the pictures of like kids in their little Klansman hoods and shit like that? And then
Mm-hmm.
like you see pictures of public hangings and it's teenagers and shit there. Like they was having picnics and shit. I mean, picnic is a racist word within itself if you look up the history of it, but like whatever. Because I think that's what they used to do, have food and hang niggas. My bad.
Oh, really? No, it's
You
okay.
good? You good?
It's okay.
I mean,
I'm
it's
just
true.
sitting here listening to the word now. I'm like, pick nigga. Like, wait a minute.
Yeah, yes.
And
Damn
it's
it, man.
funny too because I found this YouTube channel and it talks about like the history of racism and things that you might not have known about what happened in racism and stuff like that. And there's a lot of things that they explain that they don't even talk about when they talk about racism. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of things that are hidden and like pushed under the rug. It's crazy. Basil said his parents called the cops on him when he told them what he did. Well, yeah, they would have to, or else they would be accessories.
Accessories.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you know what I mean? But don't
What
get it
time?
twisted. They would probably
But
say, "Good boy." You know what
but
I
this
mean?
is something he's woke up saying, I'm gonna kill a bunch of black people. This stuff has been festering. He has been shown some signs that he was just racist and want to do some shit for a while. So
I'm,
how did it get to this point?
it gets
It's
to
like
the
that.
point. Go ahead.
Now I was just gonna make a reference, but I was saying this kind of reminded me of that scene at the end of Higher Learning after Lemmy
Yeah.
got shot, and you got old boy looking at the TV and just smiling.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny about that too, because that is exactly the way it's portrayed is exactly how someone could turn racist. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? He didn't have no racist in his body, but then he gets somewhere and he's kind of mistreated by black people. You know what I mean? They're not really taking him serious. Then he gets to a group of people who, embrace him, except they're
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
racist, and they teach him stuff, and he becomes racist too. So that's a that's a way it can happen too, right?
Yeah.
But for me,
Jacksonville, if I'm not mistaken, is a primarily black town. If I'm not mistaken,
it
it's a
should
little
be
black down there.
from what I remember or what I know about it, what I heard about it,
Yeah, I got a
you
little
know.
family down there, so I think that's a little black down there. That way.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But
that's
they
why
don't
they trying to get rid of teaching about races because they ain't want people to see their grandparents and
Yep.
shit in them books.
Take the history of slavery and
absolutely.
everything out. Yep.
And I'm like,
Absolutely.
oh well, that's your granddaddy. We gonna learn about this. We looking at your
Absolutely.
granddaddy.
And that brings up this because who is the one that's really pushing that a lot?
Oh yeah, that
DeSantis.
guy.
The sentence. Yeah.
And he, I guess, went to the rally and was booed. They booed the shit out of him, which they should. DeSantis receives backlash after racist killings in Jacksonville. I don't know if this is the video here. Let me see what's
So
going
is
on.
people finally getting some
Yeah,
fucking
Shot
sense?
to death this morning about the white gunman who killed 3 black people in a racially motivated attack at a Dollar General store in Jacksonville, Florida. Police are now saying the gunman left behind a suicide note and pages upon pages of hate-filled writings. NBC News national correspondent Gabe Gutierrez has the latest.
I am tired. This morning, a Jacksonville community is grieving the stunning loss of 3 people shot to death in what police say was a racially motivated attack. The FBI is investigating the shooting as a hate crime. Police say the gunman, 21-year-old Ryan Christopher Palmer, sent racist writings to local.
Oh yeah, he looked racist.
He looked like he ain't
100%.
never had no coochie in his life.
Oh, that's
Look like he ain't took a bath in years. Look like cottage cheese.
That is a fact. He ain't never had no coochie. 100%.
Law enforcement, the media, even.
Because you know what? I'm just gonna say it. Coochie would stop a lot of this shit that's happening.
Exactly.
Man, what? Yes.
Coochie
Yes.
would stop a lot of this
You get
shit.
your dick sucked, you be like, fuck these black people, man.
You
Whatever.
know? For real.
He would have been in Dollar General shopping. Straight up.
Whistling and shit, walking by, he'd probably be like, "Oh, look at this fucking nigger." But I don't care. I'm going to get my dick sucked. You know what I mean? That's it. Like, I think that's a big problem is that a lot of these guys ain't getting no coochie. You know what I mean? And they probably try and can't get it, which makes it even worse. If you ain't really trying, but if you trying hard and you keep getting rejected, and then let's say you get rejected, like we said earlier, and he sees the girl that rejected him with a black man, yeah, he gonna hate that black 100%. You know?
Even his own parents expressing his desire to kill black people. Officials releasing video of the gunman in a tactical vest before he opened fire in the parking lot and then inside a Dollar General store Saturday afternoon.
So now, because I didn't see this video, why does anybody need a gun like that? I ask this question all the time. Why do you need that type of gun?
This dude got tactical gear and everything on. He was ready.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, where did he park at? How was you able to get out the car and get up to man? Wait a minute.
Well, people busy, they're not paying attention,
And if I do,
hell no, I
if
would
I
have
see
saw
somebody
that.
walk, yeah.
I know we would have saw it, but them, they probably was doing some other shit.
Facts. I would have been like, wait, what the fuck's going on here? We got to get out of here now. You know what I mean? Like, because that you
I don't know
can't
if it could have been. Damn.
You can't hide that gun. You can't hide it. So the minute he gets out the car, that gun is in his hand. I don't know where the fuck he parked, right? But even if he
I
had
don't
to
know
walk
if
10 feet,
any of us have said it or anything, but I definitely want to say rest in peace to the victims and condolences to the families.
Yes.
oh, 100%. And you're right. We didn't say anything, but yeah, you are 100% correct.
He let several people out of the store. Why, I don't know. Some of them were white, but I do believe there was a couple that were not.
The victims identified as Angela Carr, Gerald Deshaun Gallion, and 19-year-old store employee Anult Joseph Laguerre Jr., known as AJ.
Why does he have to go now? Why so young?
Gerald Gallion's family says he worked hard to take care of his 4-year-old daughter.
All my grandbaby keeps saying is, "Where's my daddy?" And all I can do is grab her because I don't have the words right now.
Before the shooting, police say the gunman stopped at nearby Edward Waters University, a historically black institution where a school security officer saw him and called police to report a suspicious person on campus.
What he did is totally unacceptable in the
get
state.
past him. Like we do have, I'm about to say, we got to listen to him.
Well, he gets booed. I think that's why I wanted to get to this.
Okay,
part.
I want to get to the call with that little
But you were
blonde-haired, clown-looking woman. She takes the microphone in it. Oh, my goodness.
But you are correct. He did try to go to the HBC before that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you were correct about that. Yeah, this guy was on a mission.
Good.
You know?
Shout out to them calling the cops. Suspicious. Yes.
Mhm.
Thank you.
You
Thank
know what I
you.
mean? Because they do that shit to us all the time.
Exactly.
And whoever
Nah,
called
you
the
look like
cops,
you don't belong here.
shout out to them keeping their distance, making sure they, wherever they was at, they were like, nah, I ain't no hero.
Yeah,
I'm
nah,
trying to do
this dude don't look legit right here.
For
Gotta call
real.
somebody.
For real. Let's see here. And I think he gets booed.
At a prayer vigil, Governor Ron DeSantis vowing to provide more security to Florida HBCUs, but facing boos from the crowd. DeSantis has faced backlash over efforts to change Black history education in public schools with new curriculum standards, including a controversial provision that some slaves developed skills that could be used for their personal benefit.
So that means they develop skills in spite of slavery, not because of slavery.
Meanwhile, authorities say the shooter.
Yeah, that's why he got
Pure
bullied.
mayonnaise.
All you did was survive even harder. That's why we the way we are now. Stop with the bullshit. But now I'm not agreeing with that. I'm not agreeing with that, but I'm saying like, bruh, shut up.
Man, fuck Mr.
You know
America.
what I mean?
Hell no.
For real.
Develop skills. How about we put y'all in a chain so y'all can develop some skills?
He was serious. He didn't even blink.
Oh, not only was he serious, I believe that law, the school change law in his curriculum, was actually passed somewhere. Can't remember
You
where
sure he ain't
it
AI?
was.
Oh, Texas trying to do the same damn thing.
You know what I mean? Like, come on now, be realistic.
But you know what? A lot of these states, you look through their history, huge supporters of the eugenics movement, Planned Parenthood. This like Nadia said, this nigga right here.
Facts.
Go ahead.
he's been double downing on it, chill. He's been double downing on it. Sometimes they can get influenced by friends or online groups, not necessarily his parents. You are correct, 100%. But I still always say it starts on the home. You know what I mean? That's where it starts in the home front.
Yeah, what would
100%.
make you want to look that up?
Exactly.
It's not that you want to look it up. Because it's a slippery slope between I'm a crunchy granola mom and now I'm talking about modesty and I hate black people. It's like seriously, TikTok will have you going down some crazy shit because somebody did they started a new account and they was trying to see what was recommended to men or young boys and on TikTok, and eventually they started getting recommended Andrew Tate shit.
Absolutely.
And they was like, it's so easy because they wasn't even looking for it. But here comes the Andrew Tate shit. Here comes the women hate.
The way the algorithm get pushed.
Y'all using the N-word and going all in. Nope. He said, no way. Have a good show. It's okay, Donnie. We understand. Illinois just banned assault weapons. Well, I think a lot of states should ban assault weapons, right? But you can ban them too, but you also have to make sure that you do everything in your power to get them off the streets, right? There is no reason for any man to be running around with an AR-15, AK-47, the kind of gun that Charleston White had that we had. That bullet was bigger than his damn hand. You know what I mean? Like,
what do people use to hunt?
Depends. It depends.
I went to the gun range and whatever they were shooting, I'm talking about like my eyes were shaking. I was like, how the fuck can you shoot whatever you're shooting over there while I'm over here trying to shoot this little 380? They over there with the fucking scopes and shit. Just shoot. I'm like, what the hell? And they had like a teenager in there too. So like they be teaching them from a young ass age.
100%. Man, we showed a video on here, and I know it caused controversy because a lot of people in America say it's good that the kid was like maybe 10, and the father was teaching him how to take the clip out, put it in, aim, and shoot, right? And I was like, you don't need to teach a 10-year-old that. You know what I mean? Like,
my daddy handed us guns when we was under 10 years old. I mean, but it was more so about this is a gun. This is what a gun looks like. This is what a blah 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 clip, all that stuff. He didn't keep them loaded in the house. I think he had one that was loaded. But yeah, like we wasn't out here like. I mean, the first thing he taught us was don't point it at anything that you don't intend to shoot. That was rule number one. And then after that, it was just like, you know. This is where I keep the bullets. This is where I keep the guns. He always kept them locked up. He still keeps them locked up to this day. And that's all I'm gonna say.
and you know, we can you could get a permit here, own a gun here in Canada, whatever, and you do have to keep it locked up. But you also have to keep your gun and your bullets locked up separately, right? So you can't have them in the same lockbox or whatever. You have one in
Hmm.
one and the bullets in the other one. So I think a little bit stricter gun laws will definitely help 100%. You can be a
They need
good
it.
parent providing everything to your kid and you can still sell drugs and be gangster. Same shit with racism. Friends can lead kids to do stupid stuff. 100%.
Facts.
I agree with you. I agree with you
Hmm.
100%.
Teach a
You know what I
child
mean?
up and they won't depart from their ways. If you not instilling any of that, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, like if you're not instilling any of that, and it's rare that people actually depart that far from their
Mm-hmm.
shit, unless it was like some type of abusive thing going on, because like a lot of people don't stick with religion. They grew up in like religious households because of the way religion was presented or oppressed upon them. Just saying.
Mm-hmm. And I,
That's why a lot of like these new age kids just like, I'm not fooling with church.
right.
Yeah.
And not only that, right? But you can't spank your kids anymore. I think that kids should have at least a little bit of fear of their parents. Not to fear like, oh, he's gonna abuse me or anything, but to
Yeah.
know when you do something wrong, you're gonna come home and you're gonna feel it. Cause there were
That's
times
a
where
fact.
I did shit
Yeah.
wrong and I did not want to go home because I knew what was coming for me when I got there. You know what I mean?
Shit. My kid's pediatrician asked me if I spank. And she like, it's acceptable to a certain extent. I mean, like this is a pediatrician telling me this shit, but she is like an older lady. She ain't like super old, but
Mm-hmm.
she
Well,
older than me.
the older generation understands, you know what I mean? Because they didn't have an issue with that. Like you could spank your kids, and I think there's nothing wrong if as long as you ain't abusing your kid. Yes, you can spank your kid 100%. If they get out of line, you may need to do that, and that's the reason why a lot of these kids do what they do because they haven't been spanked and they don't really like. You put me in
Have you ever seen
timeout?
a Have you ever seen a 1-year-old look at you like, yeah, I did it? What? What?
Oh yeah, yeah, of
I want to
course.
see you try. Try.
I have.
That's your child, so you know that
Sound
look.
like you
That's
got
your
some
look.
beef over there.
I'm telling you.
She
Like, I want
looking
to know
at
if
you
it's
right
real or
now
not.
with the side eye, ain't you? She like, you
Telling
talking about me, ain't you?
4-year-old told me to shut the door and go to my room. I'm like, what?
That's my daughter.
I'm like,
My daughter
what?
be like, don't talk to me right now, mommy. I'm mad. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, I'm
Like
like,
it's
what
a
the hell
distinct
is
look they
this?
give you. Like I know. I want to see if it's real.
Like, what
Yeah.
demon child did this come from? What the hell?
Facts,
Especially
you
if they
know.
look like you. Like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like that, I get tired of my damn self.
Hey, listen, my dad used to always tell me he can't wait till I have a kid because he's gonna put you
Yep.
through the same shit you put me through, and
And they
he was
do.
kind of right. Yeah, yeah,
And
he
they
was
do.
right. He was right. And just like my son, or me, my son was growing up, thought he knew everything. You know what I mean? They think they know everything, and we don't know
Hmm.
nothing because we grew up in the '80s. You guys grew up like so long ago. You don't know. The world has changed. No, it hasn't.
Like
The
we
same.
ain't been here the whole time while it was changing.
You know what I mean? Like we haven't been through the shit that you've been going through. Like, come on now. But
Like, y'all
they
know how
think they know
comfortable
everything.
y'all are these days.
Even
Exactly.
yeah,
What
yeah,
y'all accessible to?
bro,
Exactly.
bro. When we were growing up, we weren't inside. We were outside constantly. Now these
Hmm.
kids get to stay inside. They get to talk to their friends over their Xbox or their PlayStation or on their phone with FaceTime and all that shit. We didn't have none of that. We had to
All
go
we had
outside.
was three-way.
Facts.
And might have
Facts.
to wait till the weekends.
Yep.
Oh God.
Yep.
3
100%.
nights and weekends.
Telling it better not be a
100%.
long distance call either.
I
Man,
don't know.
you ever get to when those lights, those street lights start to
Yep.
come on, your ass better be in the house. You know what I mean? And the minute you see them lights click on, oh, sorry guys, gotta go. Now kids nowadays they don't have that.
No.
Nah, we was outside. We didn't wait on those street lights.
I'm telling you, don't get
Yeah,
in
you're
trouble
probably a
because
rebel because I knew I wasn't getting beat by my pops. I'm sorry. If I knew I had to be in at 8 o'clock, my ass was in the house at 8 o'clock. And my dad was the type of dude like you come in at 8:01 and you late. You know what I mean? Like, oh, what are you doing walking here at 8:01? Like, that it's 8:01. I don't give a
Look,
fuck.
that was
8
my
o'clock.
mama. I used to break curfew all the time. I was like, look, some days I just be like, look, I'm just gonna catch that cuss out when I get home.
You know what I mean?
She ain't gonna do nothing but cuss me out and then try to ground me. And then
Y'all
forget
be
that I'm
rebel.
grounded.
Y'all been rebel at least a couple times. You gotta try every night.
Yeah.
That'd be the longest walk. I'm at the
I'm
untie my
telling
shoes before I go in the house.
Listen, man. One night, me and my boys, right? I asked my dad, I'm like, hey, dad, can we go to KFC? He's like, sure. Me and these two other guys. One of the guys came up from vacation, but he lives kind of far. So we went to Kentucky, got the food, but my other friend who was older was like, hey, let's walk him home. So my stupid ass said, yeah, let's walk him home. So we decided to walk the dude home, right? We chilling, laughing. Me and my boy walking back now. And as I get close to my house, I look up and see my parents on the balcony. And all I heard was, get in this fucking house right now. I just ran. Boom. And yeah, I never did that shit again. Trust
You
me.
probably felt that breath on your neck, like, oh.
The way my eyes lit up when I see him on the balcony, I was like, oh shit, I am in trouble.
Hey, Nzo, did you say KFC?
Yes, KFC.
Okay, yeah, all right. See what y'all
Why?
got going on there. Nothing at all.
Oh yeah,
I'm just
because that stupid KFC post you posted up there.
yeah, they got a lot going on down there. You talking about some racism? Yeah. All right.
I have no idea.
Okay.
I have no idea about that racism stuff. But yeah, so let's see let's finish up the rest of this video.
Who took his own life when officers arrived lived with his parents in this home outside Jacksonville. Adding a suicide note was found in his bedroom. An AR-style rifle and a handgun, one covered in hand-drawn swastikas, were recovered at the scene.
His sickening ideology is not representative of the values of this Jacksonville community.
That's NBC's Gabe Gutierrez with that.
Yeah, he definitely wasn't getting no coochie living at home with his parents.
You know what I'm saying? And that just drove him to saying, we probably blame black people for it. You know what I mean? It's like, I can't get no coochie because of you black people. I'm going to kill you all. That's probably what he did, man. It's just, at the end of the day, right, you got to understand that, you know, there's people out there like that. But the problem is that a lot of people are deflecting, right? And trying to say, well, oh, what about black on black crime? And what about this? And what about that? You know what I mean? And that's a huge issue that I can't stand. Drives me crazy, man. Bringing up Black Lives Matters and all kinds of stuff like that. It's just
That ain't got shit to do with his crazy ass.
If we want to bring that up, why don't we bring up primarily the race of the shooters that we have?
Facts. 100%.
And white on white crime outweighs black on black crime. I mean,
definitely white on white crime.
As far as in America, as far as I know, something that was like on the FBI's most wanted, that it was a shooter and we was all like, it can't be black. The damn DC sniper. We was all like, can't be black. That's not a black person crime. That's the only one. It's always an exception. It's always an exception, but stop with the bullshit.
Give or take, he wasn't chopping people up, eating them and stuff like that. Now, I'm not giving him no credit. Now, don't give it twist.
And I don't even think it was racially motivated. What the fuck was he doing? I don't even remember what the fuck he was doing it for. Because I was
I think his stepdaddy was coaching him.
You know what? We were so shocked.
Look, he was spending time with his father.
Oh no, I'm out, y'all. I'll talk to you. Oh no, let's get you canceled, bigger fool.
That's something they say we don't do, right? He was spending time with his father. You're absolutely right? Because whenever we have these situations, you know, a black person does that. It's usually not racially motivated, but it's find out when it's the other way, when they killing us, it's 99% racially motivated, you know? So
guess you can call it the pursuit of madness.
We need to make a new bet. What's the bet, Rick? I don't know. Did we have a bet? I don't remember. But yeah, with that being said, we're gonna move on to the next topic, and I actually something that I know you guys can sink your teeth in because you always on this rap stuff, and you know what I mean. I don't know if you guys ever seen what Meek Mills had to say about the industry, but I'll bring up the video,
I think I
and
know what you're talking about. Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about. All right, let's
like
hear
he
what he
was
has
wanting to
to say.
crash out.
Well, would be nice if I threw some sound on there, right? There we go. All right, let's listen to Meek Mills.
Open doors for me to be on stages like this because before I wasn't on stages like this. I was on rap stages rapping about, violence and guns. That we get paid to rap about that stuff. They actually pay us more when we rap about more ignorant stuff. So I make sure I even align and come talk on stages like this. But you guys, the NAACP open up doors for people like me to be able to power forward because the things that fund us that don't power me forward. I just make sure because I know better and I'm at an age point. I'm 36. They power us really from when we 21 to 25, where we really don't know. I'm one of the lucky ones that made it through where I was able to get my knowledge and sense, and I'm the one that keep the line on the rap ignorance and be able to level out conversations like these and deliver it to the young people who may not attend things like this. So I would just say I appreciate you guys.
Peace, family. This is your brother King Cam, and I'm back with another shift in the culture perspective. I love what Meek had to say in this video. I love everything he had stated because at the end of the day, what we have to understand is that the enemy is definitely funding the destruction of the youth in their minds. In Student Minister Dimitri's book, But Didn't You Kill Malcolm, he talked about social engineer savagery. And that's what Meek was talking about, how they get paid more to talk about death, violence, and destruction than anybody would pay them to come and talk about empowerment and upliftment and positivity.
So we'll stop it there because I kind of agree with what he's saying. I don't know. Okay, it's hard to say, oh, well, they get paid. Maybe they do get paid more, but it's also about what people are buying and listening to, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you're pushing that kind of content and it's making the money, then yeah, 100%. Then yeah, you probably get paid more for being a gangster rapper or some bullshit like that. What do you guys think?
I mean, look at Sexy Red. She don't rap
So
about a
much.
damn thing, yet she's so popular. Well, who's the other one? The Ice Spice. Don't rap about shit, but she's so
Oh, I
popular.
thought you about to say Sukiana.
Oh no. Look at Megan Thee Stallion rap about the same shit over and over and over and over. She's popular. I mean,
Mhm.
lyrical rappers just don't get that buzz that they should. Why? Because the younger crowd doesn't listen to lyrical stuff like that, for the most part.
Low
That's
key.
true. I like what he just said as far as the whole Sexy Red thing because you got a lot of the popular male rappers pushing her too now.
Mm-hmm.
As far as the bunch of pictures they taking with her being Drake, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as what Meek Mill is talking about, this has been like this for the longest.
Oh yeah.
100%.
Necessarily say NWA because I feel like NWA was
That's
at a
what I
stand
say.
for the truth.
Since
Yeah.
the
They was
rise of gangster rap.
really going on.
Mm-hmm.
And, having the riots then in LA and stuff, so that was a whole different thing. But coming into like, I guess the down south rise.
Yeah, you got Cash Money came in doing their thing. No Limit, they were doing their thing, coming up from the south.
But they was
Well,
talking about more so of how to be independent, more so get your money. I don't feel like they was more so pushing the agenda of getting shot up or whatever. Think about the big timers. Them niggas was talking about cars, bling bling and stuff like that. They wouldn't
Oh
necessarily say
yeah,
out here and smash
yeah.
up. But they, what I'm
but
saying, they from Magnolia, the gutters of New
but
Orleans.
Them
but
Nolia boys.
that the bling bling and the cars and all of it, I think that all comes into play as well, right? Because
That's true.
remember,
It is.
there was a lot of conscious rap back in the day. You know what I mean? Like rappers would basically rap about their experience in the hood or whatever, how they got out. But then gangster rap came in, and then Biggie and them guys came in, and all the bling bling and rah 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 and shoot you and kill you, and the gangster rap blew up. And once it blew up, I believe that's when they're like, okay, you know what? This is what we want kids to see. We don't want them to see the Eric B, the Rakim, the Big Daddy Kane. No, we want them to see the Ice Cube, the Tupac, all
But
these
see, it was
But
different though.
Tupac wasn't just gangster rap. Tupac made a whole song about his mama and talking
Yes.
about uplifting black people. Tupac
And
was
black
on a
women,
different.
especially.
Yes,
Like,
exactly. In the
Yeah.
genre where black women were always degraded, he was coming in talking about he loved black women. He loved women, and I mean that was different for that time,
Mhm.
But my thing about hip hop is we need the duality. I don't want to say that Sexy Red, Sukiana, and Ice Spice shouldn't exist because there are people that appreciate their music. My thing is when this is the only music that's being played,
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
problem. The
yep.
problem, and then parents got to stop being fucking lazy. I'm being
Fact.
honest.
Facts.
Like you gotta teach your kids that this is a fictional lifestyle that they are portraying. This
Hmm.
shit ain't real, and don't be trying to imitate it. Tupac said that shit. Don't try to
Hmm.
imitate his life. He didn't want
Fact.
Hmm.
people out there imitating the stupid shit that he talked about. You gotta stop being a lazy parent. This shit is gonna be here. We had my neck, my back. Come on now. And people want to act
Ugh,
like people just
that's all.
started
That's
talking.
all. Make me just want to scratch his. Ugh.
But
Well,
what you
yeah,
said,
people.
Enzo,
Huh?
it was more so what you were talking about with the gangster rap back then. I feel like it wasn't as heavy as far as making it seem like it was a popular thing. I think it was more so life experiences where they was
Hmm.
talking about. They were telling a lot of stories. Biggie,
Boy,
Hmm.
you
Pac,
gotta
Ice Cube,
remember.
and them, they was telling stories.
But you gotta remember NWA. How many of them were really gangster though? You see what I mean? Easy
I
was
think it
like
Yeah.
was more
Easy
so
and
I'm about to
what
say
they
like
had to
Easy
go
real
E.
through.
gangster in that whole shit.
Yes.
Ice
Yeah.
Exactly.
Cube
But
was from a damn nice neighborhood. He just rapped about a lifestyle he never lived. So
and that's the thing, right? Because again, a lot of these guys will go on there and portray something
hmm
that they are not. I had a friend, right? And I remember, I don't know if you guys know what ACN is, but it's like a communication thing. Donald Trump kind of supported it at one point. Anyway, he was getting into that and he was talking about, yeah, this thing is going to make me rich. And his idea was, man, I'm going to be sitting at my house with my pool and have girls in the pool every day. And I was like, bro, what do you think? This is a rap video? He was like 30 years old
Yep.
talking this shit. I'm like, what do you think? It's a rap video? Like, do you honestly think that these rappers live that life that they show in the videos? They don't. They
Only when
don't.
they
What you
throwing the
talking about though?
party.
What's
Huh?
scary about what you're talking about, Enzo, is I think a lot of the rappers today were actually living that life, especially the younger ones.
Well, to a
I
degree,
can see that. Yeah.
you can't live that life every day, right?
You
You got to
can,
go
but
to
that's why so many of them get arrested and they getting these RICO charges. They are living that life.
yeah, but I'm talking about okay, so yeah, right. Some of them doing crimes, they have gangsters along with them, but I'm talking about just chilling at home every day with a bunch of bitches in your pool, like you having a party every day. You can't
Yeah,
do that and make money. You have to go to the studio. You have to write your raps. You have to, you know what I mean? Now, granted, there are these guys that get in there, they get their bag, and that's all they want to do, right? They don't care about making more albums and stuff like that. So those ones,
Waka
yeah,
Flocka.
100%. Exactly.
Facts.
You know, 100%.
Waka
yeah,
got
You
Waka
can't
Flocka.
in.
and
Waka
bounce.
Flocka got the fuck in there, made his money, and ain't
Yeah.
worried about making no new albums or
Fast.
And
Hey,
he
look up.
changed his life and changed his lifestyle, and you know what I mean.
Hey,
Hmm.
look at Paul Wall. I mean, that move. That
Oh,
man
that's
rapped out
fake. Yeah,
jewelry to sell it to make money for his business. Look what he doing. You know what I mean? So
true Chillmonger. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's true. And I'm just like, I believe this stuff because we've always talked about like a lot of the shady stuff that goes along in the music industry. And this is just another part of it. You know what I mean? It's what they want to put out there. And you're absolutely right. If you give people more choices, like I know J.
We have
Cole's
choices.
pretty conscious,
No, we
Kendrick
have
Lamar.
choices with the access that we have to music now. We have choices. Unless you just sitting around listening to the radio or relying
Right.
on
Hmm.
Pandora to give you some shit. No, we have the choice. Like if you pay for Spotify, you have all the fucking music in the world that anybody has uploaded to that site. Period. You have no excuse to be mad about what's being played or what's popular when we make the shit popular. And I'm not saying just us, and yes, more geared to more young people are making shit popular because of TikTok and shit. But what I'm saying is, we as consumers are making the shit popular by consuming it. So if we don't consume the bullshit, then they gonna stop pushing it. But I mean,
100%.
Because the labels gonna still push it though.
Oh yeah.
The labels are hurting right now. Period. They trying to push anything that's gonna make money because they ain't making as much money as they used to.
I'm telling you,
Because people
K-pop
then got
taking over.
smarter. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's more of a positive shit anyway.
Yeah.
God, we need.
Yeah,
We
go
just
ahead.
need something to counteract it. Cause like cause like okay, I want my daughter to be able to listen to women rap just as much as I listen to men rap. But what the fuck can I let her listen to? She's 5. There's nothing.
Facts.
And I know people are like, would you let her listen to your raps? Yeah. I mean, I listened to Flo Milli and she was singing that shit, and it's a particular Flo Milli song. It ain't all of them. I'm not sitting there just listening to Flo Milli, you know. I mean, and I know people be like, wait, it's the Pretty Black Cute song. And to me, that's like a anthem for black women. I mean, yes, she say the B word.
Oh, okay, hold on. Go ahead, David.
I ain't finna shelter my children. Cause this world is what it is. If you shelter them from it, they ain't gonna do nothing but run up to the shit that they don't know nothing about and find out the wrong way.
Gotta tell them and let them see it.
100%.
We had that experience.
And children, and you just you can't be listening to shit that's not on their level. She don't say anything crazy in that song. I mean, maybe kinda, but like my daughter, like she knows that she not supposed to be going around just saying the B word. You know what I mean? But I also cuss in front of my kids, and people can judge me for it, whatever. And I'm just like, I'm not changing my personality. I don't cuss at them, and I don't cuss them out. But in general conversation, if I'm talking to another adult or talking about something, I do cuss.
Yeah,
I try
100%.
not to so much because my son will repeat some shit.
Hey, my son was about 3. So we were lying in bed, me and my son's mother, right? And I was clicking through the channel, and then I clicked on this one channel with a bunch of like naked men on there, right? So I said the F word, like you know what I mean? Not fuck, the other F word, right?
Oh
and
yeah,
then, And then click the channel. And then when I went back to the channel, he said it, right? So he was able to catch the word and then fucking apply it to seeing that same channel again. And he said it. And I was like, hey, don't say that. You know what I mean? But it's my fault because I said it in front of him. He was 3 years old, you know?
It was a reaction, man. Seeing anything like that, you would have went off too.
So, at the end of the day, I'm with you. I don't like the shelter as well either, because that's when you get into a lot of trouble when you shelter. You know what I mean? I think you have to understand your child and what they can take and understand at the age they're at. And then when you do, that's when you explain to them certain situations. You know what I mean? That's how I did it. Like,
about the Meek Mill thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say that you notice that we don't got any more Bow Wows, no more Little Romeos, or even the earlier Soulja Boy music. We don't get that no more. Even from like those younger artists that's they age that used to be their age.
B2K.
We don't get that no more.
People, the kids don't have any kid celebrities. The last kid celebrity that I seen, and she wasn't black, was JoJo Siwa.
Yeah. Funny? I never thought about that until now. That's right. There are no kid rappers or kid singers.
They did. Oh, wait. They did have Bad Baby because Bad Baby and JoJo Siwa are the same age. No. But you see how fucked up that is. Like, that was their choice. Do I want to go with the rainbow girl with the side ponytail or the bitch that's trying to act like she black? Like, literally, that was their choices because JoJo Siwa and Bad Baby are the exact same age. They're both like, what, 19? That shit is crazy. That was a kid.
You also have
I have to go download some Bow Wow albums. Well,
oh no.
Album.
Yes, album. Not song,
Oh my
album.
god. Oh wow.
First off, I
Okay.
was gonna say, thank God we don't, because
my bad, yo.
Soldier Boy,
Is that when Snoop was writing his stuff?
Soldier
Might have been
Boy
Jermaine
is the reason why rap is the way it is today. He's the 100% rap killer.
What?
Soldier
No,
Boy
no,
is
no,
I don't know. He
no,
started all that dance and
no.
stuff. Now he
he-
do this thing. I
he-
don't know.
If it would have been still like Soldier Boy, we would have more fun hip hop then.
Exactly.
And I'm
Boy
talking
was-
about if Soldier Boy would have stayed in that lane too, because Soldier Boy tried to turn into the gangster rapper too or whatever. But if he would have
Yeah,
stayed
but-
in that lane too, I think he would have been a big artist too. We'll still have
Soulja
fun
Boy
hip
was-
hop.
Soldier Boy was whack because after him came Hurricane Chris, and then all these little
See what I'm saying, though?
internet dudes that want to be rappers.
Hey,
and
baby.
shit.
Hey,
And-
baby.
Hey,
Not
baby.
shoot them in the
Hey,
club.
baby.
Shoot them in the club. They no ops.
Yeah.
We ain't talking about no ops. Niggas talking about dancing with girls or just dancing, period.
No, that is good, right? You get
Yes.
positive or fun vibes or whatever, but they were garbage, bro. I'm
Man,
sorry.
make a song called
That
Holly Berry. What? Holly
Superman,
Berry.
that whole-
That was after Monsters Ball, too.
Every time they played that song, I wanted to Superman that hoe upside his head. Like, I can't believe you put this song out on the airwaves. Get out of here with this crap, bro. Like, what is this, man?
Turn my swag on. Man, that's hard.
That shit, that was kind of hard. I ain't gonna. I did like that song. I did
I
like
wanted
that
to
song.
see through Xbox too. Shit.
No.
You ain't see the video?
No.
Definitely had my
You know-
XXL white tee.
You know,
Yep,
Megan.
yep.
You know, Soldier Boy dated Megan Fox. No, not
Yeah, I
Megan
ain't
Fox.
know that.
Yeah, Megan Fox. That's Jonathan. Megan Good.
You talking
I'm
about Megan
sorry.
Fox off
Oh,
I'm
Megan
about to
Good.
say,
No,
what,
everybody
Transformers?
ran through
I'm
Megan
sorry.
Good, man.
I'm sorry, Megan Good.
Everybody ran through her,
Transformers?
man. She's just
Nah, we ain't gonna do Megan Good like that. No
I'm
slander
doing
towards Megan
it.
Good.
Everybody
no slander.
ran through.
Nah.
He's basically
You gonna make-
Gabrielle Union. Gabrielle Union, everybody ran through her too. So they
To
was
be
just
honest with you, when I seen the video that Danny sent me, I was like, yeah, she looked like she get around. To be honest with you.
I'm telling you, everybody ran through her.
We do not know these women or this woman's sexual life. We don't know if she did anything just because we seen her with certain individuals.
Really,
just like even
brother?
Jonathan Majors. We don't know if they did anything yet. We don't
Really?
know.
You know he done knocked that
Really?
out quite a few.
Nah, no. If a black woman come to court with you, yeah, you done got.
Bro, she posted him on his Instagram and shit. Oh yeah, he's banging that out 100%.
She trying to get a role. Now,
yeah, she's probably trying to get a role in
Probably
Marvel.
is.
You know, hopefully that everything clears up and it's like, oh baby, can you put in a good word with Kevin for me? You know, I can play this role.
Shazam ain't doing that good. So come on.
I was just about to say, no, I'm DC
Yeah, them
anymore.
chicks ain't looking too good right now.
You know what I mean? Like DC ain't doing shit for her. What
Nah,
did he
we ain't
say?
doing that now. They ain't got nothing to do with DC. That's just
That
us.
little,
They ain't got nothing to do with
trying to
DC.
slip in some hate right there.
Hey, shout out to them throwing Batman back in the theaters too. You know what I'm saying? That's how it go.
Anzo, I would cast you as T'Challa. I could play T'Challa, 100%.
They make you
I can
kill
play
Monk.
T'Challa.
Fuck that.
You know what I mean? I could play T'Challa, but you guys get your recast. You're gonna get T'Challa in the next couple of movies, so don't worry about that. Chill. You good? You got T'Challa coming.
We got T'Challa Jr.
It's
Got
T'Challa.
Jr. coming.
T'Challa. But
Who
so-
gonna tell Storm that he had a baby with somebody else?
Right.
They gonna do that. We're gonna have Teenage Storm and Teenage T'Challa getting together.
Yeah, that's
what they
fine.
lead towards now.
Okay.
That's fine if they do that because it's still T'Challa, right? You know what I mean? It's
Man, they gonna
T'Challa.
make him a straight punk. Watch. They gonna make that man so watered down.
Listen,
It's gonna be NBA YoungBoy T'Challa. Now,
listen. Coogler and Feige will come up with a way to make T'Challa just as good as Chadwick's T'Challa, right? They're not gonna destroy the character, guys. They're not. We're
Coogler
gonna
got
get a
this, man.
good
I
T'Challa.
trust Coogler. I trust
That's
Coogler.
what I'm saying.
That man is not gonna direct another Black Panther watch. I guarantee it.
Oh yeah, he will. He'll probably
They gonna
do
give him
one
that
more.
bread. He coming back.
Yeah, he'll
They
probably.
don't
do
want
one
nobody
more
else doing
kind
that.
of thing. So with that being said, what are you guys' thoughts on the industry, man? How do you think we could change it, right? Because you did say stop buying into it, but I think more white people purchase this type of hip hop
They
than we do.
do.
And that is
They
true. They
do,
don't
but
talk
they
about
won't.
that enough.
But they won't let white people talk about killing other white people. I mean, except for Eminem, they let him do it, but they wouldn't let it. I mean, besides Eminem, can white people talk about degrading other white women and you know going out and shooting they ops and shit?
That's a good
I think
question.
Yellow Wolf. Yeah, I think Yellow Wolf did it.
He's hick hop.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Shit, I don't even know
Yeah,
who the
that's a
fuck
good
Yellow
question.
Wolf
Yeah,
is.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Yellow Wolf was like
Alabama guy.
Alabama version of Eminem.
Mhm.
And I
Oh,
hate
I
to
got
say it
you.
like that, but like he was lyrically good. That's why I say it like that.
What about that other one, Machine Gun Kelly? I ain't never heard him say anything.
Machine Gun Kelly
Man,
don't know if he a rapper or a rock star,
No,
and
yeah, I
but the
know.
thing is, I mean, he got some lyrics though.
I
He
think
got
those
He
some
are
do.
lyrics.
just rappers in common,
He's
though.
decent, but
Yeah, I
Eminem
think
do
he
made
he
that
talk
man go
about
wild.
killing other white people?
Oh no.
that's the thing, no, right? But that's all we talk about. Killing other black people, women, all they talk about is twerking and doing this
And
and
the only white girl that was like blatantly being like that overtly sexual and to like a sexy red level is what, Miley?
yeah.
And
Iggy
she quit.
Azalea.
Oh, that.
But
She needs to
black
You
go
see,
away. She needs to go away.
I heard that, stranger. I heard that too. Machine Gun
She out
Kelly
here trying
begging
to
fuck
free a
the
black
term
man, man.
against each other's blood.
Yeah, they
Uh,
did a bunch of weird stuff. They did mushrooms together and shit and drank each other's blood and I don't know, they ain't even together no more. Cause then they like unfollowed each other and then Eminem did something and I was like, y'all forgot she was in Eminem's video Love the Way You Lie. Like,
oh
I
yeah,
don't know
All of them
why.
gonna be in the next Transformers movie.
I think I forgot about that too.
Yeah, that's why I was because like I guess like she was trying to like get back at him, and I was like, hey, Eminem being friends from the video shoot, like shut the fuck up, like why y'all trying to? I don't know.
Mm,
I mean,
yeah,
everybody
Oh,
but
right to her
but the
too. So you know.
industry, yes, they are definitely pushing that shit on black people because they want to see black people self destruct, continue to self destruct.
Shout out
Because
to rappers like Killer
we
Mike.
doing this to ourselves. We doing this to ourselves, and it's like I just want I don't want people to try to. I don't want people to act like that their music shouldn't exist because like we're not all just one. Like black people aren't the same. Period.
hmm
No matter where you pick us up from, like we not the same. Somebody said you put 1,000 black people in a room from a bunch of different places, you got 1,000 different black people. Like, yes, there's some cultural similarities that we can all agree on and laugh about, but at the same time, we're not the same person. And I feel like we just need more choices. But the labels they want to push this ratchetness. But I feel like the same way 50 Cent was like, America got a thing for this gangster shit. America got a thing for this ratchet shit too. They
Facts.
thoroughly enjoy that. And it's not just and it's white people of all kinds. Because
hmm
even if you look at the LGBTQ plus community, they
Keep going.
and don't come for me, community. But they do love that. Look at the way gay white men act. Is that not reminiscent of black women? Is that not reminiscent of ratchet black women? Cause I'm just saying. I mean, y'all don't have to respond because I don't know if y'all want to like if y'all feel like y'all gonna get canceled
I
or
mean, I
whatever.
don't know because I don't look at gay white men.
I, I mean, fair. That is fair. I watch a lot of like fashion shows and like makeup competitions and shit like that. So it's
I
always
got
some
you.
like
Yeah, okay.
gay white men, and it's just like, yes, I understand that's a part of gay culture, but y'all not gonna sit here and act like this is not shit that black women have been doing. And I'm not trying to say that they trying to imitate black women to the fullest. I'm just saying there's a lot of similarities, and we're not gonna sit there
I
and
agree.
ignore that shit.
I
We're not gonna
agree.
sit.
the flamboyancy and all of that stuff. And yep, I agree with you 100%.
It's always reminiscent of the ratchet black girl.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. And
So yeah, America got a thing for this ratchet shit, and once they stop having a thing for it, maybe we can move on to something else. But ratchet people, ratchet music, it should exist. It the way it's being pushed, it does seem very suspicious and like a agenda.
100%. And with that being said, because you said about the LGBT community, we had this. Let's listen to
This
this
is not
now.
your fault. I'm not yelling at you. I'm upset because people like this are constantly representing my community. They make us look like fools. They make us look dumb. And I'm tired of it. This flag does not represent everyone. With liberty and justice for all. That flag, this flag, the American flag, 13 stripes and 50 stars represent us. Not this. Not this. And if the gay community would wake up, we wouldn't have this pushback. Stop indoctrinating children, and these types of things wouldn't happen.
Ooh.
Pride flag, this flag, does not represent me.
Okay, so just starts over. What are your thoughts on that?
America has this funny habit of telling groups of people who can fly the flag back in the day, but now all of a sudden they want everyone to stand and honor the flag that they once used to knock out of. And I know we're talking about gay people, but I'm gonna talk about black people for a second. That they once used to knock out of black people's hands and tell them that they wasn't Americans.
Fact.
So I feel ways about the flag, period. So it's hard for me to even rally behind that, because I'm just like, as a black person, as a black person, when I see people flying the flag, I question, what part are you just proud to be an American, or are you proud to be an American in a different type of way? Proud to be a white American, proud to be, you know what I mean? And I feel them though, because a lot of the shit that the media is spewing about the gay community, basically with the whole they trying to come in with this agenda and change children and stuff like that. I'm gonna tell you something. I knew I was bisexual before I was 10. Of course, you're told that's wrong. Biblically, that's wrong. I didn't embrace it until I was an adult. But you can't nah. There's no agenda. People don't just wake up and be like, or see some gay shit and just be like, ooh, yeah, gay shit. I did not see gay shit until I was over 10 years old.
Exactly.
But I knew that when I got a hug from a girl, I liked that just as much as I liked the hug from a boy. I couldn't explain that because I was a child, and children don't understand sexuality until you explain it to them. And then it's also left up to whatever age it is to their understanding. So the whole trying to get children, you gotta know your child, and you gotta come to them on the level. Cause gay people ain't going nowhere. And no, they ain't trying to make all of America gay. And yes, we do understand that there has to be straight people in order for people to be born. I feel like people just throw a whole bunch of stupid shit when they start talking about gay people and their existence and shit. It's just
more so, I think, wanting to be not accepted, but they want to be able to do normal stuff everybody else do without people staring at them or doing the extra shit everybody else do.
It feels like being black.
Like you. Yeah.
Exactly. I was just about to say that.
Damn, we just want to exist. So I do understand them on that level, and I never understood, even when I was younger, because I asked my mama what's gay, and she was like, when men like men and women like women. That's what she told me at 10. I was like, oh, okay. And I went on about playing. And the only reason I asked that question, because I used to watch a lot of MTV. A lot of MTV.
Oh, early days MTV. You was gonna get it. Real World.
Yeah, that's
all of
what.
that.
Real
Yeah,
World,
I
yeah.
used to love the
Yes.
Real World, and the Real World was like the first show where they actually started showing gay people be gay and do gay shit. And I was like, "What's gay?" And when my mama told me, I was like, "Oh, okay." That shit, he didn't mean shit to me. I didn't see people different. But then, like as I got older, I was like, I think some people from my childhood are,
And that's the thing, right? And like I've said it many times, we all said it. You know, you love who you love, you do what you do. It ain't about, whether you're gay or straight, whatever, but it's about the pushing of the agenda, right? And, making people believe there's only or there's more than one gender and this and that and all of that stuff. And I'm just like, listen, at some point, you got to understand that kids will get there at a certain age, but you can't be forcing it on little kids
Mm-hmm.
right away. You know what I mean? You can't just force it in there.
they do
And
that before they born though. Gender reveals. Is it a girl or a boy? The fuck does it
Mhm.
matter? Let it be a healthy baby with
It's
working
fact.
Facts,
organs. Like
facts,
chill.
facts,
I mean, the only thing
100%.
the only reason I announced whether it was a girl or a boy is so you don't buy me stupid shit.
Pretty much, yeah, right. Because you don't want to have the baby shower and you don't know what it is, and everybody buys you pink stuff, and the next thing you know, you have a boy. It's a buy all kind of girl. I shouldn't say pink stuff. Yeah, for me, pink stuff, girls back in the day,
There's
anyway.
nothing wrong with
But
a boy wearing pink. There's nothing wrong with a boy wearing a skirt. It's just I don't know.
What?
People make a
yeah, I'm not with
Ain't
you on
nothing
the
wrong with
pink
the pink
It
now.
better,
Shout
it
out to
better be
Killer
a
Cam.
kilt. That's all I gotta say.
okay. No, so y'all had a problem when Jaden was wearing skirts and dresses and shit.
Yes.
Ain't
yeah,
got nothing to do with me.
Jaden,
I ain't wearing
Yes.
nothing.
yeah,
That's on him.
yeah,
look,
yeah.
the way I saw it was that ain't my son and he getting paid to do it. So
Exactly.
what the fuck
If
I
it's
got to
mine
say
wearing it,
about
we
it?
gonna have a conversation. I'm
That's
telling y'all
how I
right
feel
now.
about it. That's different if you I don't like that's your household and that's your son. That's when you got some say about it. But if I see a little boy walking down the street and he got on the skirt, I don't want my kids. Oh, why you got on the skirt? Let the
I
little nigga
agree.
wear a
Yeah,
skirt.
no, I agree with that. I agree with that.
That's why I said
Okay,
we're gonna
That's
have a
what
that makes
conversation.
sense.
if
That
that's
makes
what he
sense.
wants
Just to
to
make
do,
sure,
right?
yeah.
100%. But my thing
That's
is,
that's
and
what I mean. You don't have to agree with it, but leave them alone. Is
yeah,
what
yeah,
I'm
for sure,
saying.
for
Oh
sure.
yeah.
Boom.
But my thing is though, and not Jaden, because I think he is kind like either bisexual or gay.
I think
But
he
you
about
have a
to.
lot, right? But you have a lot of men like who aren't bi and who aren't gay, but will still run around in a dress. And to me, it's like they're pandering to get that
Mm-hmm.
crowd, right? You know what I mean? That's where it's an issue. If you're
Yes,
gay and you
absolutely.
like wearing dress, then go right ahead. But if you're not that type of person, but yet you want to go around wearing a dress to maybe get that community on your side so you can make more money, you're pandering, and that's where the
That's a
issue
fact.
is for me.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's where the community needs to check the people in their community. It's not up to
Right.
us to check their community. We see this shit because there's a lot
Hmm.
of people claiming that they transgender and they ain't. They just getting brand
Exactly.
deals and shit though. But that
Hmm.
ain't none of my
Mm-hmm.
business. I mean I call it how I see it, but I ain't gonna.
Sometimes I
Yeah.
The
think it
trans
might be
people,
a
the trans
situation where
people
it's
need
like,
to clock the other. This is my thing. When it's black issues, let black people handle black issues.
Facts.
When it's trans issues, let the trans. That's the problem. Is they community ain't checking each other because it's
Hmm.
so much. I don't think people understand how much racism there is in the gay community.
Yes.
It's still a hierarchy because then they talk about tops and bottoms and have you only
Hmm.
ever been a bottom, and if you ever been a bottom I don't want to fuck with you. Or bi people get it the worst because they're just like, oh, you just can't choose one. But then it's people that's pansexual and they'll fuck anything, no offense.
Hmm. Hmm.
And when I say
And
anything, that means non-binary, that means gay, that means lesbian, that means trans. They don't care what you are. You're a human, and I will fuck you. That's the way it is.
absolutely. And
if
it's
y'all ain't
funny
had a
you say
chance, y'all
that.
can check out that They review. Oh. My bad, They them. Yeah. Hey,
And
just throw that in there.
Plug.
yeah, fuck this shit, bro. It's all good. But it's funny you said that because I work with a gay guy, right? And I remember one time they were having conversations, you know, with a bunch of old ladies that work there, and they're asking him questions and stuff like that. And they asked him about the top and bottom stuff, and he pretty much like, that's stupidness, and like they don't like gay people, they don't like to, they don't listen to that bullshit. You know what I mean? And even though he's gay, he sits there and he says, listen, if you're a man, you're a man. If you're a woman, you're a woman. You can do what you want to do to your body or whatever. But at the end of the day, you're that. You know what I mean? So there are people out there, or gay people out there, that see things the way we do. It's just the ones that are being shown are the flamboyant ones, and the ones that are trying to change the world and all kinds of stuff like that.
Exactly.
You
Why?
know?
Because that's gonna get
They
the media's
making
attention.
they making the wrong ones the loudest ones. And
Yeah,
nobody's checking them, and then they get mad when straight people check them, because then it's
facts.
homophobia,
Yes,
transphobia, and it's like,
yes,
well, check your people. We be trying,
yes.
like I said, as the black community, when black people be doing, we shut up. We
Mhm,
we about to check
mhm.
you in public or in private. How you want to do this? But the fact that they're allowing these strong wrong people be so fucking loud is the problem that I feel like a lot of people are having online, because uh, some people do need to check they just I feel like we just need to learn how to talk to each other. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm, mhm.
And I know people like, well, you ain't gonna call me sis. Like, cool. So as much as they be called something different, tell them what you want to be called. And
Facts.
the whole real woman thing, and I get what they saying, but you got to think about how that makes people feel, because you got to think about how that makes people feel that feel like they're a woman. They
Mhm.
feel like a woman. So we just say biological women, or women, or I don't know. I be trying to be respectful, and that's my thing. It's like,
Yeah.
if you meet me halfway, that's the
Mhm.
type of person. I ain't saying everybody got to be that way, but if we want to have a conversation and we all trying to get on the same page, then we need to learn how to talk to each other
Mhm.
and to force shit on each other, because a lot of people don't like that cis shit. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I'm being honest, and
No, you're right.
I feel people on that, because I'm just like, just, and then don't try to keep shit a secret, like that whole, like, we ain't gonna even put gender on a birth certificate, or like, no,
Right.
don't do shit. You're putting yourself in jeupody. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Don't. Mm-mm. That's all I got. People, it's a lot of people that ain't rap tight. And so
Mhm.
I mean,
And
as a woman, I don't put myself in that type of predicaments. You know what I mean?
exactly. And I'm like you. I'm gonna respect you. If you want say you're a woman and you want to be called a woman or whatever, I'm not gonna disrespect you and say that you know what I mean, not gonna call you a woman. Like if you dressing up as a woman, you identify as a woman, and I see you, I'm gonna say, hey, how you doing? You she, whatever, call you what you want to be called, right?
Exactly.
But the problem is, I think that when and like Roberto says it a lot, like they try to force it on you, and when they force things on you that you're not ready for, then there's gonna be pushback. You know what I mean? You have to let people get to there at their time. And I think the problem now is that they're just trying to rush it and push it out there and force it on people, and that's why they're getting a lot of the pushback that they're getting. You know, you
I
got to
feel
let
you on
people
that.
deal with it. I
And
think.
honestly, we need some more generations that now let me stop. Anyway, I don't know if anybody know where I was going with that. But anyway, I feel you on that 100%. Cause let people process shit. Let people, get used to it. The way, cause they really do. I have seen interviews where people really get mad because one, you either accidentally fuck up their pronouns,
Mhm.
or like you say, real woman. They sis, and
Mhm.
chill. Let
Yeah.
me get,
Hmm.
like, y'all, this is new to all of us, and a lot of people for the first time in their lives are actually accepting it. So you
Mhm.
can't just get mad because people ain't getting it right on the first try. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? This is like calling somebody they, because I have a problem with that. Not saying I have a problem with people want to be called they. I have a problem keeping that shit straight in my
Yeah.
mind,
Yeah. Yeah.
because
Yeah. For
they
sure.
is plural to me, and that's what I've been taught. you know, when we learned about grammar in school. So,
Facts.
and you know, you learn that in all languages, you know, depending on how
Mhm.
you say they. So, like, just give me a minute. Let us get there.
And,
Like,
and that's
damn.
the thing, because I remember when the pronouns first started coming out, right? A lot of people would be like, "Oh, what's your pronouns?" And if you don't have pronouns in your profile, they'd be like trashing you, saying you're homophobic or this and that. And I'm like, how are you
Because you
homophobic?
don't
Because yeah, exactly.
you okay, this is the way I see pronouns because I ain't got no pronouns in my I don't it's whatever you want to call me, baby. Because I'm gonna answer to what I want to be called, you know?
Facts, facts. California woman got murdered for having a pride flag. People
People
are getting
crazy.
more and more vicious. Yeah, right. And that's the thing.
I mean,
I understand. Yeah, go
I
that's
ahead.
think a
just
lot of
like
people be dealing
racism.
with their own sexuality that they don't understand yet, and that's why they be getting so mad.
That is a big thing because it's been a lot of conversation about men on the down low, and I'm like, it's because men do not have the same luxury as women to be like, I sucked the dick one time and didn't like it, and I'm, you know, gonna stand
Mm-hmm.
up and still say I'm a man, and everybody be like, ah, nigga, you gay.
Yeah,
Just you know,
Yep.
and it's
To
like
women, has
men,
always been sexualized. Like
yeah,
that's gay,
men
man.
can't.
What? That ain't nothing. Yes,
Men can't
please.
take that. And I'm like, y'all be surprised how many of y'all homies actually have sucked a dick. But, you know, that ain't none of my business.
I'm not willing to ask. I put it that way.
Me neither.
So
I
ask
don't want to
you.
know. I don't want to know. I found out
Even
something one
I'm
time.
gonna say something too. Even when I was younger, I don't know how many of y'all had people or friends when you know, like, yo, you want to watch this porn right here or what's the name? No, no, y'all, no,
No, I don't want to watch this
no,
with you.
no. I don't care how young. I don't care what age I was. If anything, I was by myself. No,
Facts.
no,
Facts.
I'm dead
Facts.
serious.
Facts.
Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Whoever was with y'all,
No, you know what? I asked you this question before because you
no,
was talking about something about, we was talking about something and you was like, I said, so y'all used to sit in the room, all y'all niggas together and watch it together? You was like, no,
no.
I know a group of
No.
dudes that did. I
Mm-mm.
just,
I'm the same way
why?
with the
Sir?
whole thing with threesomes. Two niggas and
Yeah,
one
but
woman, one
I
woman.
can't do
No,
that.
I
No,
Yeah.
can't do
what is
that.
that?
Yeah. No. No. No.
Why?
No. 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 Two
What is your
women?
purpose?
Yeah.
What is your
What
agenda
is
for
it?
that?
No.
Two women? I'm good
Now,
with.
I will say this: when the R.
No,
Kelly tape came out, we were in that dorm room, all of us watching it, like, damn, that's
Watching
R.
what?
Kelly.
Which
The
one?
R. Kelly video. We were all
Oh
in the
yeah.
dorm room
see,
watching it.
that's
All
different.
them niggas.
Y'all watching for R. Kelly.
I have never seen it. I have never seen it.
I
And
haven't
I
either.
do
Straight
and
up.
I will not.
I
I
done seen
seen it. I
Paris
watched it.
Hilton. I done seen a couple other celebrities, Kim Kardashian and Ray J. You know,
I've seen Kim
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Yeah.
Kardashian and
Yeah.
Ray J.
seen her a couple times. But yeah, I ain't seen her.
Yeah. No. I seen it. I seen it. I seen the Kim Kardashian. I seen the Paris Hilton one. Um.
I've seen the Paris Hilton one.
But I agree with you. Why, like you and your boy sitting down watching porn together? Why would you do that? That don't make sense to me.
I would never do that. Never
You know
do
what
that.
I mean? To be honest with you, I don't even think that was even like
I want
a
to ride my
thought with
bike.
me. Like
Yeah,
that
we
wasn't
used to,
even a thought with like me and my boys. Like we never. Hey, dude, you want to watch some porn? Like, no. What the fuck you mean? Like, what? You,
yeah, we
you
used to
know?
make fun of somebody doing that. We walk in the room, hey, nigga, watching a flick.
Yeah.
That's different if you waiting to watch BT Uncut. You watching the videos or whatever.
Hey, we used to have this thing at night, man. You know what I mean? Like 3 o'clock in the morning. It was called Blue Nuit, Blue Night, and man, they would just go off. 3 o'clock in the morning, you have school. No, it was on a Friday, so you didn't have school the next day. I
hmm
would stay up and watch that, but I'm by myself. You talk about it. Hey, did you watch Blue Nuit last night? Yeah, and blah blah blah. But to sit there and watch it with another dude, nah, could never do that. Sorry. So I don't know which friends ever asked you to, but I never had a friend ask me to watch a porn
I did
with
used to
him.
call the 1-800 numbers that came on at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the
Oh,
morning.
hell no. I would never do that.
Stop.
Nope.
No, no,
Nope.
I've done it. I've done it too.
I never, nope. Nope.
I done it too.
We
I
was
done it
young,
too.
man. We was just having fun. Like, we call
Hell no.
I done it too. Now
oh,
that
that
one
phone
I
bill
did.
comes.
Right. Here's the thing. That one I did with some friends, right? One of my friends came over and said, "Yo, I got these numbers." There was three of them. So we called them, right? but I was calling them and just hanging up, calling them and not even hearing what they were saying, just hanging up. Man, I did that like 13 times, right? But not knowing that the
That
minute
did
it
come up on
connects,
the phone bill.
you're
Yes,
charged.
that's it.
Yeah.
That's why I've never did that shit before.
Yep.
I
My
But I
definitely call
boy,
you
knew.
Cleo.
Tell you, one of
one
my
of my
friends did it, and he talked about that bill. That ass whipping he got. I said, nope,
bro,
never doing it.
I was trying to
bro,
get
Fuck
into
what
my
Miss
report card one time.
Cleo.
I gave one of my boys the number. Okay, I gave my boy the number. Uh, he did it, and he got caught. His father asked him where he got the number from. Of
He
course, he
said you.
told me. His father called my father now. And I come home from school, everything's good, and you get that.
What the
You know what I mean? So I'm like, what? He's like, you call these 1-800 numbers? I'm like, nah, Dad, I ain't call no numbers. He's like, you sure you never called them? He's like, the phone bill's gonna come, boy. It's gonna come. And I'm like, nah. He's like, I'm giving you a chance now. Did you call these numbers? I'm like, no. Like, how the hell do you even know about the numbers? Find out my friend got busted and told him. And my friend's like, oh, well, I told
Oh,
the truth. Man, that phone bill came in. It was like 100 and something bucks. Yeah, that was crazy. Never do that again.
Huh?
Hello, my name is Gloria. I have security effects brother, and I am expected to die. I don't want to die. Will you please pray for my troll in the house? Really, Gloria? I mean, I learned about gay and trans from cartoons and anime at 6 years old. Didn't turn me gay or trans. Um.
Boom.
Okay.
Yo,
I
get
can
this
hear
out
that.
of here, man. There's somebody trolling.
That was
Somebody
definitely
trolling.
trolling. I was proud to see that. I was proud to see that they see that 5-year-old stand up for himself in a way everyone was shocked to see a child could go and go right back to being just a child. I have no idea what you were talking about, Rick. So
What
please elaborate.
5-year-old?
I have no idea.
You
I
get
have
trolled
no
tonight.
idea. Hey, I don't know, man.
Anyway.
Maybe it's you, low key, you on your other
I
profile.
promise you that ain't me. I would never. If anything, I would be doing a fake Rebel Moon account. If anything. Or a fake DC account. I have a fake rapper account or something. I ain't doing that. Like, what is it?
Got a few more minutes before we close it up. So, do you guys hear about what happened with Brittany Jenner?
Brittany Renner.
what
Renner.
happened to her?
Yeah.
Pretty right. Oh yeah,
What?
yeah.
Oh, you talking about
Yeah.
Charleston White joint?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Where she went on that podcast and was all drunk and acting stupid. I'm gonna do something on that tomorrow because I got a few things to say. You know what I mean? Okay. So first off, she was drunk, right? At first, I wasn't sure if she was drunk or not, but when you watch the beginning, she has a glass of something. Looked like she may have been drinking some Hennessy. Now, okay, she has moments. Okay, I want to sound, but that's a good drunk. I'm good with that. She's the type, she'll probably get upset and be mad, curse you, but then she'll give you a ride after that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, I don't. Yeah, I would hit it.
Damn right, no hesitation. No hesitation.
But I have
Please wrap it
people.
up.
Oh, of
Yeah,
course.
for sure, 100%,
Double, triple
100%.
that one.
But
She been ran through so many times.
the thing that I was gonna say is that, like, okay, we all know that she's basically what they would say for the streets, right? If you're just gonna give it a 1-2 stab, that is fine, as long as you don't plan to wife her up. You know what I mean? If you plan to just have a good time with her, that is 100% fine. Go have a good time. You may not want to wife her up, but if you want to have a good time, go ahead and do it. But that's just my opinion. I
For a
do
do
it.
you
lap
feel
dance
like when?
today, I'd gladly play you Tuesday.
Do you feel like people like? Do you feel like women like her are irredeemable?
No, No, I don't think anybody's
I do.
irredeemable.
I do.
Plus, she
Wait,
said
no.
something. Yeah, no, go ahead.
Wait, excuse me, Lucky.
I said I do. I feel like she's
What do you,
redeemable.
can you
Why?
elaborate? Oh, you feel like she is redeemable?
Yeah, I do.
No, I said irredeemable. But go ahead. I'm sorry, I misunderstood.
So did I. I thought
Okay.
he was saying no. Because
Yeah, that's what I
everybody,
thought
Oh,
too.
yeah.
and it's
I just
not
wanted
only
him
that.
to elaborate. I wasn't
Man, you
ready to
can
go
tell that
in.
she's hurting. She's hurt.
Exactly.
She
Absolutely.
going through it.
100%.
But that don't
Right?
mean I have to be a savior though.
Don't save her.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to. But she said something on the interview where, people are talking about she was with the basketball player, and she literally said the dude was a liar and a cheater. That's why she left him. Right? And I can
Hmm.
understand that, right? But a lot of these guys who are in this manosphere think that because you're a high value man, you should be able to do whatever you want to, and she should just be able to accept that her man is cheating on her and lying to her. And I'm like, no, she don't have to accept that. Like, I don't think she should have to accept that, right? She may actually be a romantic and just having a problem finding a man, you know?
Well, the thing is, when you are for the streets, like you said, it's kind of hard, difficult, right? Like we've all had past, right?
Hmm.
Nobody's saints on this panel. But that doesn't mean my past has to be out there for everybody to see. Once it's out there for everybody to see, it's kind of difficult to
But
find
here's the but
that
here's the
guy.
thing though. The
Well,
only reason why it's out there is because she's like a high level Instagram model or whatever, right? Now, granted, she
Hmm.
has put a lot of her stuff out there too. You know what I mean? And made it the perception that she was a gold digger and stuff like that, which she may be, because it's obviously she won't date no broke dude, right? She's going for these rich men. A lot of them were basketball players or football players or stars or whatever. But I mean, is it wrong for her to want to date someone that has their money in check? You know,
It's not
no,
wrong. It's the
no,
fact that you are who you are now as an individual.
mhm.
So how can you look for those certain standards when you don't have those standards for yourself?
And a lot of
because
these high value men, they run in the same circles.
here's
So
the thing: men don't care about what a woman makes, right?
That's
That's
facts.
why.
yeah,
When you're a high power man, you make that type of money. You don't care if she's working at Burger King or McDonald's. That's something they talk about, which I agree with, right?
But you think a woman
So,
won't do that though, right?
um, you see, that's
I'm
the thing
asking.
too.
I'm
I
asking.
don't. I think some women won't, but I do think that women will. I think if you get the right one and you're charming, you're a good guy and stuff like that, some of them won't care whether you make less money than them as well. You know what I mean? I think it's rare, but they always say that women always date up. But I've known women who have dated women men who made
And men
less
got an
money than
agenda
them.
too when they date like that too. If they got a certain amount of money and they date a
oh, of
certain
course,
woman that don't,
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
yeah, of course. They want that good looking chick. You know what I mean? The side piece, the trophy wife, as you would call it. You know what I mean? So a lot of these guys were willing to be the sugar daddy and pay the money to have a girl like that on their side. You know, but she's definitely redeemable. I'm not gonna say she's not. Um, and sometimes when I listen to her talk, it's like you said, she is hurt. You know what I mean? And on top of that, since she broke up with the basketball dude, have you really ever heard of her with anybody else? Because I haven't. You know what I
I've seen
mean?
something like Kevin Gates, but I don't think he was serious.
Right, right. But
They could have
before
just been
that,
hanging out.
Yep.
exactly.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So it's possible that and she even said in one of the videos, she used to give her body to men that didn't deserve it, and now she don't do that anymore, right? She's like, I can't see myself doing that. So we've all went through stages where we did certain things, and then when you
Hmm.
realize that that's not the thing for you, you change. So I believe she can change 100%. I'm not going to sit here and say you
That's a
can't.
double standard
Anybody
too.
can.
Because if a dude said that, you might be looking at him like, oh, so that's what's up, man. You out here get. Now her saying that, it's like, oh, you got too many bodies.
Right.
Nah.
Exactly.
Nah.
And that's the thing that I say too, right? Like, I have a high body count. How can I get mad at a fucking woman that has a high body count when I have one? You know what I mean? But they teach you, or the men try to teach you, well, a man's supposed to have a high body count and a woman can't. I'm like, please, get out
I
of
see
here.
what you just did right there too, Enzo.
What did I just do?
So I'm like, I got a high body count. I'm like, okay, Enzo, I see you out here in these streets. Okay.
Well, I wasn't actually trying to convince. No, not convince. What's the word I'm looking for? I wasn't trying to convince myself, like say that I had, but it just went along with it, right? But at the same time, if that's the case, I'm not gonna. Maybe if you're trying to wife it, you may care about how many dudes she has, but who really asks a woman that they're with, hey, how
After
many
a
dudes you
certain
been?
age, that shit
Exactly.
gotta go.
You know what I
At that,
mean?
after a certain age, you can't be caring about body count.
Exactly.
No.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
It depends on if you're still doing it versus like I did all this shit in my 20s. You get what I'm saying?
facts,
Yeah,
facts,
yeah.
100%. And then what are you gonna do? Every woman you with, you're gonna ask them, hey, how many guys have you been with? Like, come on
Yes, it's
now.
dudes that do that. Yes, it's absolutely dudes that do that.
Still?
And I don't know. I've been off the market for a long ass time. I'm just saying, yes, it's still guys that do that because I know that the younger generation does because I talk to younger people
Mm-hmm.
as a mentor. Let's not get shit weird. But you know how people on the internet they will take some
Yep,
shit
you
to
got
a
it.
different
Yeah.
place.
Clean that up.
As a mentor, as an auntie, as a you know what I mean? Like I
Mm-hmm.
talk to younger people. Um and yeah, that's something that they still ask and talk about. And I feel like it's more of a young people thing.
Yes,
And
yes.
especially like a college age thing. And it's just like
Mm-hmm.
you're supposed to make mistakes in college, not no like pregnancy
Mhm.
mistakes. God, ugh. But like you getting to know yourself and explore your sexuality, especially if you moving outside of your household and you living
Mhm.
outside in a different state, uh
Mm-hmm.
city, whatever. Just be safe about it and be smart and be educated. You know,
Facts.
we not telling people to be prudes. It's just the fact that the way the younger generations are going about it is sloppy and is
Yeah.
we just like I'll be watching those compilation videos and I'll be like, please tell me these people are lying and just saying the most outrageous shit because ain't no goddamn way. I done some crazy shit that would probably make people go, but
Mm-hmm.
not to the point that these women be talking about. I'm like, bitch, you did what?
Yep. Yep. I think I know some of the videos you're talking about. It's like, damn. I grew up in the wrong age, man. I should be none of these young kids running around here today. You know what I mean? I'm like, the women I grew up with were fucking prunes. Like, they were doing none of this shit.
And I'm just like, I'm just like, where are y'all learning this from? Cause hey, when I was younger, like I wasn't thinking about doing the shit that y'all be talking about
Facts.
doing.
Facts. I watched this one.
I did
Learn from
it.
experience.
Hey, I watched this one where this girl was like, oh, I think maybe you've seen it. She was like, oh, yeah, I had a boyfriend and he cheated on me. So I slept with his mom. I was like, what?
I saw
What?
that video. Yeah, I remember that.
You know what I mean? I'm like,
Yeah, I
what?
saw.
What are we talking about here? Like, that's your get back. You slept with his mom? Oh, my God. Like, nah, no, it was, the women, like, it would even, it'd have been a thought. Maybe a sleep with your friend, but sleep with your mom?
I think I'd
Damn,
be
that's
more worried than mad. Hold on.
I got
Like,
questions
did
for
you
my
go along with
mama.
this?
Mama, what the
Yeah.
hell?
Did you
you
go along with
know,
Like,
this? That's more than wait a minute.
like fuck
you
you,
know,
mama. What the hell?
yeah, for real, for
Because
real.
this sounds like after the fact. Wait a minute.
So
I'm
yeah,
going to
that's what
counsel.
I'm saying. I just find like she gets a lot of slack, and because her life is online. Plus, not only that, there's a lot of people who clip her videos, right? And they only
Oh,
clip it
yeah.
in a way to make her look bad. You know what I'm saying? And I
Yep.
think that's the narrative that goes around there. She may be for the streets, but at the same time, maybe she is really actually looking for someone that she wants to spend the rest of her life
She
with.
got
You
to
know what I
work on
mean?
herself first. She gotta,
Mhm.
she
Absolutely.
gotta, she gotta take accountability for her actions. How old is she?
She's still
She's
young.
young, isn't
She's
she?
still young.
She's in her 20s.
Yes,
Is she
I think she is.
25?
Oh,
Let
she's
me
super
see.
young then. She's still
Yeah, I know she's young.
mid
Uh,
20. If she's 25.
I'm
let
looking
me
at. She
see.
31.
Oh, she older.
She
I
31.
thought you were.
so she 31. She starting to. So she would. 30 is a different realm
I
from
know.
20. And it's not a
Hmm.
bad place to be. It's just you really starting to realize some shit. So yeah, she at the
Hmm.
point in her life where accountability is sinking in, and
Mm.
she gotta look at herself in the mirror, and she gotta face her demons.
That is exactly
Ooh.
right.
Cause
That is
it's now time for growth and healing.
yes,
And
and
probably
that's
saying
the
certain
thing.
things towards her trigger her now. What
And
other
that's
Right.
the
thing
thing.
triggers her?
You can do and live your life and be wild when you're younger, but you have to understand that when you get older, sometimes that shit may come back to bite you in the ass, right? Especially if
Hmm.
you're on this social media stuff like
Mm-hmm.
she is, right? And I think that's where she's at the point in her life where she's tired of it because it's coming back to bite her in the ass. You know what I mean?
Especially if she
So,
wants somebody to take her serious, and now she's looking at it like everybody looking at it as a joke now. Like, yeah,
fact,
all right.
fact. And that's the thing. There will be maybe one or two guys that will take her serious, but most of them, especially if she's still trying to date the basketball player or the football player, these guys, none of those guys are ever going to take her seriously.
You right.
None of them, you know.
And
But
plus just that video. As soon as I saw it, I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed for it. She didn't feel embarrassed. I felt embarrassed because it was just
fact,
like it's to me. It reminds me of that girl at the party that just be doing too much and just
hmm,
want
Mm.
everybody attention.
yes,
And
yes,
it's like you cute and you ain't even got to do all that. So why you being extra? Just
And
chill.
imagine if that was a dude doing it.
fact,
This is
fact,
over. This
fact.
is
And
over.
I will say
Man,
that
Exactly.
I will say, yeah,
As
she did do it too much. She did too much, and I'm gonna
and
blame it
she
on
did
the
not have
alcohol.
consent. She did not
nope.
have consent. So
Fact.
Charles
we
White
Mm-hmm.
right now, he can still be like, yo, you know what? I might want to bring some charges. I want to bring.
Hey,
don't don't
listen,
do stuff without consent,
they
man
didn't
or
put
woman.
the.
But you
I
know what they
agree.
would say if he did that? Man, you a punk. Why you out here doing that to that woman? That's a woman. She out here, man. I would have liked. They'll kill him. They kill him.
Listen, I promise you, because the way she was going on after that show, Charleston White, if he's the man he says he is, because he likes to say he's playing a role, right? He tries to pretend like he's this bad, strong dude, but he's playing a role. He says that. But if he's playing, like he took her back to his room, I would have. I'd be
I
like,
mean,
you know what
the
I
fact
mean?
that they had to censor things, he saw a lot.
Oh, that
Yep.
that censored clip because someone posted it. I guess they must have watched it and recorded it. So there's the scene where she sits on him and she's done it, doing it like she's sitting from the front and her dress goes
Yeah.
up. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, oh yeah, okay,
Yeah.
all right. You getting it tonight? You are getting it tonight for sure. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I guess I don't wish bad on anybody, so I hope she gets what she wants to. I just think that a lot of people, and there's a lot of YouTube videos going on about her now. Oh, she lost her mind and this and that. You gotta be careful what you do
No, she was
online.
just drunk. She
Yeah,
was
that's
just
it.
drunk and
That's
and,
what
and
I'm
should have
saying.
took her tail home.
In fact, 100%. Because I've been with okay, so even a dude that I know, right? When he gets drunk, he becomes the most violent fucking dude you would ever see, and he does some stupid shit, right? One time we were walking down the street and he was drunk and he ran into traffic and he jumped on the back of a car and he fell, right? Cop car was like right two cars behind him. So the minute he did that, the lights went on, and they took his ass to jail. You know what I mean? So I know people that act weird when they're under the influence, and to me, that's just a
Act
woman
weird
that
or
was
act like they self.
I think that's
Hey,
like
it
they
um,
depends. It
still.
depends on what I'm drinking.
that's true.
Depends
Oh,
on what
Correct.
I'm
okay.
Yeah.
drinking.
Facts.
Cause
Facts.
certain things you don't want to fuck with me. Cause you say something, I will misinterpret what you said and get mad and be ready to fight. Why? Why?
Yeah.
What am I fighting? Why am I do? Go to bed. Go to bed.
Yeah, we need to have another
What?
shot night. That's what we need.
What is what is it? Tequila? Tequila?
No, I'm good
Nah, I
with
don't mess with that
tequila.
shit.
I want to say it's like I know I can't drink gin worth nothing, but vodka.
Yeah.
Vodka had me running my mouth, and yeah, I might end up fighting somebody else for some vodka.
Yeah, I know a few people that got hyper over some vodka too.
With tequila and rum, I'm just really fun, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's fun and it's silly.
You see, me, I usually ask, all right, which is the one that gets you in the mood? And that's usually the alcohol I'm buying. You tell me which one. Like, oh yeah, I like this stuff, but if I drink this, I get like really horny. I'm like, oh yeah, okay. Mental note. Mental note. When next time you're coming over, I'm gonna have that. If it's Hennessy, I got a bottle of Hennessy there.
Give me
waiting
one
for you.
margarita.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Look, and see, ain't nobody mad about that song.
That's a white woman that sings that song too, right?
I don't know. I don't even know the original video. I just know the
Neither do
sound
I, the
right, and I
TikTok
watch.
video. Yeah,
Yeah.
TikTok, yeah. Yeah. Give me one margarita. I swear, I can promise you, it's probably a black woman. Let me see if I can find it. One margarita song. Oh, yeah, I knew it. I fucking knew it. Hold
Black.
on. Yeah, I fucking knew it. There we go. There we go.
Give me 2 margaritas, I'ma give you some head.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey,
Hey,
I
we can
knew
stop
it.
it too.
that's all you need
Yeah,
is two. Okay.
yeah.
That's what she said. That's what she said. Give me 2. Yeah, you can
Hey,
stop it too, cause
I ain't gonna lie. Hey, the cheaper the better.
I don't
You know
want to.
what I mean?
I don't want to throw up.
Oh,
Facts. No.
that,
Let's
that's
to it.
that's how I am. I don't get like, some people get blackout drunk or act stupid when they're drunk. Not me. I throw up. Like I just throw up constantly. Like sometimes I'll be throwing up and I got nothing left in there to throw up, and it's just like you just doing the most.
I hate that.
All I be seeing, it be like some yellow shit or something. I'm like, what is this?
That's your stomach bile. That's stomach bile. Like you
Yeah.
literally at that point you're literally just throwing up stomach acid.
Mm-hmm.
That's
There's
why it hurts
nothing
so
in
bad.
there. Yeah.
There's
I
nothing in
hate
there.
that.
It's nothing, boy. That's gotta be the worst feeling in the world.
Bro, I'm trying
Wow.
to tell you,
Laying there
I drank
like you don't
I drank a whole can of Four Loko. This is back when Four Loko was like literal crack caffeine shit. Yeah, I drank a whole can in that one night. I went to sleep on the toilet because I knew I was gonna throw up. I literally, when I got home, I was so drunk. I got home, I was on the toilet like this, sleep. Woke up, threw up in the toilet, and went to bed.
See,
It's like I
you're
knew this
better
was gonna
than me.
happen.
You are better than me, man. Because one night we went to this club and they had dollar shooter nights, man. And there were these purple drinks, and we were drinking them, and they were sweet, they were good. And I put $20 down. My friend put $20 down. That's what we had for the whole night. By the time I got home, I was done. I couldn't
How
even
did you
get
get
out of
home?
my probably
Do
a
you know how
taxi.
you got home?
I think it was a taxi. The only thing
Damn
I
bone
know
collector.
is I was lying in my bed and I was throwing up, but I was just like this with my head to the side. I was like, ugh. And I woke up, my bed was purple. Like, couldn't believe it, man. I couldn't move. It was disgusting. Never did that again. Nope. That I won't touch. And Jack Daniels. I will not drink Jack Daniels anymore. That, no. Mm-mm.
It get bad when you start praying.
You know what I mean?
Never do this shit.
Or you get the roller coaster ride. I can't stand the roller coaster ride,
Oh
man.
yes, that's why I was asleep on the toilet because the room was spinning, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm definitely about to throw up." That's what's going on.
And it's worse when you can feel it coming up. You know what I mean? You're lying in bed, you can feel that shit bubbling
You
in your
start
stomach.
sweating and shit.
You
know it's
go hot
coming
and
up.
cold. Just hot and cold. Quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Now I got the chills. Oh,
Yeah, for real.
Oh
Nah,
my
man.
gosh.
Next thing you know, you will be jumping on cars. Nah, I wouldn't go that far. You know what I mean? But I've also one of my friend's girlfriends when she got drunk, we left the club. And she was just like, "Oh, the tree! I love the tree. Let me hug the tree." Oh, like it's everything. She just wanted to hug. You know what I mean? And I was like, "Man, no, alcohol. Alcohol. Mm-mm. I love it, but at this age, I gotta be careful how much I drink. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to do the throwing up anymore. I did that when I
I
was
stick to
younger.
wine now.
You
Just
see?
wine, just
Yep,
wine and
yep.
rum. Wine and
Yeah.
rum. That's but I
Me,
don't drink that much because like man,
me
the
neither.
amount of weight it puts on you, I
Hmm.
just
I, I don't know. I'm really worried about the weight. I'm just worried about waking up in the morning with that hangover. You know, I can't take
that's
the
it.
hangover.
yeah.
You
After
get a
your
stomach
20s,
for
hangovers is stupid. Like
And
you need
you
an
always,
IV pack after that shit.
you always wake up about, oh, I'm never drinking again. That's
That's
it.
it.
You know
I
what I mean?
never again. Never.
Couple months
See
later,
that?
like, hey, says I was good.
After I blacked out two, three times, was it two or three? It might have been three. After I blacked out those three times, no.
Never again. I feel you.
No,
I,
I just know my limit. I don't ever push my limits anymore. And the
me neither.
last time it wasn't even like a lot. It was like two Long Island iced teas, but I drank them like back to back and like I drank them rather quickly. And
Hmm.
then I didn't even finish my cranberry vodka and I still threw up that night and blacked out. And
You
that's why
see,
I was like, yeah, I know my limit now.
me too. Because when you're younger, right, you could go and drink and drink and drink and you're good.
Hmm.
Now I know, like, sometimes I could have like two beers and I'm just like, yo, these beers got me feeling away. I ain't gonna drink no more. You know what I
Facts.
mean? Two
That's
I
why
just
beers.
stay with my glass of wine. Just
if I
this
do
is
anything,
good
I
enough
always
for
got to
me.
have some cranberry juice
I have everything juice.
because I know I'm gonna go piss it all out. Go away.
This guy's a cranberry juice. I don't know about drinking cranberry juice. Nah.
I love cranberry juice.
What?
I do.
Cranberry juice? Simply cranberry.
Yes.
Mixed with what though? Or just regular, like just cranberry juice?
Just cranberry juice. I straight up. I
Oh,
just cranberry juice.
okay. I thought you were using it as a mixer. You know what I mean?
I mean,
Oh.
yeah, you can, but I just like it by itself too. I don't know what would you mix it with.
Majority of the
I
time,
don't
it's
know.
made orange juice.
I'm
Yeah. I'm more or less a rum and coke guy. If anything, I'll mix it with my Coke or Pepsi. Um, Sometimes orange juice, but I'm more or less rum and coke, something like that. But
That's
yeah,
one thing I
guys,
ain't did before. I might have to do a shot night.
I think I'm gonna do another one too. 100%. I'm gonna do another one too. We're gonna do a shot night. But the last time we did it, you ran. You know what I mean? Remember, JG?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
ain't
I
run, man.
remember
I
that you
had
did.
stuff to do.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know
he
that.
had some. Yeah,
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 yeah. Well,
yeah,
you all right.
yeah, yeah.
I tell
What he
you
had
what.
to do was not get drunk on stream with us. He was like, "Nope, I am
I tell
not
you
doing
what. The
that."
next time you do a shot night, I will show my face. Promise.
Oh, all right,
I got
I got
y'all. I
you.
got you. You
All
gonna get
right,
uncensored, low key. I don't
all
know if y'all
right.
want
Hey, that's
not
what the
uncut,
OO.
uncensored.
That's what the O.O.C is for, brother. To get it off your chest. You know what I mean? I was fucked up that night. Trust me, I was mashed up that night. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was a good show, guys. I appreciate you all coming on, man. We had some great topics today. Unfortunately, Roberto didn't make it. Hopefully, he will be back next week. Pretty sure we'll have some good topics for next week as well. But I'm gonna let you guys shout out your channel. JG, let the people know where they can find you, sir.
Right here, Wednesday nights on the O.O.C with the great Nzo, the great Roberto. Let me see if that check cleared. Okay. And the amazing, the outstanding, the stupendous, the almighty Mr. Fuck, I can't think of them right now. Danny,
There we
aka
go.
Comic. Danny, aka Comic Chat.
You see, I think Danny needs to take some of that money back because he is no longer Comic Chat. He is the road to wisdom. And you keep calling him Comic Chat. So you need
Okay,
to
my
stop
bad.
paying
My
you.
bad. Oh, you can also catch me with my homie, brother from another mother, super wise, talking that geek stuff that I love so much. All hail DC, let's go.
And
Shout out to you. Yes. All hail DC.
So JG won't be back. Low key, you want to shout out where you they can find you in the DM?
Shout out JG, man. I don't think I want to speak until he's back. But we'll be doing movie versus this week. Well, I think so, because unless some drop, which I think some stuff might be dropping as far as music, it might do beats and mics, but we're gonna let y'all know. Of course, we got Saw Sundays. We're gonna be doing Saw 6 Sunday, and then we'll be doing the final chapter next Tuesday.
Absolutely. And I am Bigger Ford Entertainment. I usually jump on the Saw streams with these guys, so make sure you check that out. It's Labor Day weekend, so I don't think there's going to be anything really going on for Friday or Saturday. Even Sunday for the roundtable for the Ahsoka guys, I'm not really sure. If everybody wants to do it, then we can do it. But if we have a few people that, want it, we'll wait and do it another day. But other than that, I appreciate everybody that came in here. Rick, thank you. Even this little fucking troll Gloria that came in here tried to ask us. And she talked about her stinky poom poom. Is that what she was telling us?
Yep.
There we go.
I mean, they got washes for that.
That's
something you need to speak to a doctor. We can't. I don't think you can pray that away, man.
Zachary,
shout out to you
thank
coming through though, adding the views.
Oh yeah, 100%. I appreciate it. I'll take the views. You come on Troll Me One if you want to give me a view. Go right ahead. You know what I mean? If you get too racist or some bullshit, then I'll block your ass. But you want to give views and talk about your own stinky poom poom? You can go right ahead. That ain't me. David Quintana, thank you very much for popping in. Chillmonger was here as well. Bazo, the Stranger, Shifty Gizm was in the house as well. Zachary, I think I said you already. Superwise, Drop Shop. Thank you guys again. Always a pleasure. We will be back next week with another episode. Peace, love, and hair grease, and we'll see you on the next one, guys. Peace.
Lift me up, hold me down, keep me close, safe and sound.